the moment many of you have been waiting for, the Monk. This will be the playthrough of the beginner deck, and then I will show images of the Journeyman cards like I did previously with the Outsider and the Swashbuckler. Let me start by saying that I think Keith's art on this deck is, I think, some of the best. But then again, I like Kung Fu movies, so... The Monk has a couple unique things going on right from the beginning. One, they don't have items. They don't equip items. They have fists. So this is Tiger Fist left. This is Plum Blossom. Sorry about that. Right. And you will see Tiger Fist right and Plum Blossom left. You can mix, like I am right now. And in the refresh phase, you can change out fists, so you can go double Plum, double Tiger. I mean, if you go all Tiger, which is all attack, versus all Plum, Plum tends to be more Chi and Fate die related. His beginning weapons are, in this case, her beginning weapons are in fact basically green level. And when you put two of the same kind together, so Tiger Fist and Tiger Fist, you're looking at a blue level, if not slightly higher. This is what they're going to have for their entire existence, with a couple surprises. So at the beginning, they have better gear, if you will. I've also equipped myself with robes. Gives me +1 health and a +1 to hit from melee attacks. The Monk gets 1d10, 1 fate die, has a faith defining attribute, and starts with 5 hit points, and so I'm starting on 6. So first 5 cards. Let's see. So let's talk about stances. The Monk has, at this level, 3 stances: Plum Blossom, Tiger Fist, and Iron Shirt. Or Iron Stance. I think it's just Iron Stance. And when the Monk is in these stances, she can play cards associated with that. It is a combo ongoing stance. The text says allows you to use abilities with the keyword Blossom because it's Plum Blossom stance. It provides 2 Chi. And so any abilities with Blossom as a keyword I can use with this stance. Even if it has, as long as it has the keyword Plum Blossom, I'm okay. But also provides 2 Chi for Chi powers later on, because Plum Blossom uses Chi. Tiger Stance tends to be almost all attacks, and Iron Shirt tends to be all defense. And as the Monk progresses, they're allowed to manipulate these stances in such a way that they can really take advantage of multiple things at the same time, and I hope we get to see that. Otherwise, Plum Blossom, and I can actually play a Plum Blossom card, then play Tiger Stance if I had it, and then play a Tiger Stance card, but I would end up in Tiger Stance. Or I could play Plum Blossom, Iron Shirt, and then after everything is cleared, Iron Shirt would come over here, and Iron Shirt tends to be your defensive reactionary thing. So the Monk requires you to really think pretty far ahead, certainly a round ahead on what you want to do, because if you're not set up with the stance and you're not set up with the combination of fists, then you might find yourself out of a situation where you can benefit. Last, Blossom of Spring. It's a damage 2, range 2 attack. It's attack. Blossom, Chi 2 combo critical. So obviously the keyword combo that comes right from the Brigand deck, so you would be able to play these all combo cards until such time as you're done to activate them. Attacks 1 target within range. You're going to see that a lot. The Monk is a single target kind of attacker. There are some multi-target attacks, but it tends to happen in the defense stance, Iron Stance. If 2 Chi is in play, increase the range by 1, and if 3 Chi is in play, increase the damage by 1. Simple stuff. Can't move while doing it, so. Kai, it's a combo Plum Blossom and Tiger. And basically you can use this with Plum Blossom stance or Tiger stance to give yourself extra attack dice. Attack actions gain 1d10, 1 fate die, and 1 damage. Tiger's Teeth. This is an attack combo Tiger only. Attack one target within range. If at least 1 fate die result is faith, attack gains the holy keyword. So the weapons provide some fate die recipes, but the abilities provide other fate dice recipes. And then finally, Ox in the Road. Chi 1 combo Iron Taunt. For each enemy within 3 squares, you are treated as the only priority. Ignore the first damage each darkness cycle. So you would have to be an Iron Shirt and play this in the darkness cycle. So those are my 5 starting cards. I'm going to go over to the board and see what we can see. So I'm going to go in Plum Blossom stance. Now there's not really much else I can do, much like before. The first turn is always an odd one with this particular setup since it's a big tile, but I just like to show the big tile because they're difficult to deal with, and as far as the space is concerned, so you get to see the hero's movement. So Plum Blossom is a 1 AP, so I'll move this from 0 to 1 because Plum Blossom is a 1 AP. And then I will move 2. And I think I'll move there. And of the cards that I have, that's not going to help me too much. Neither is that. So it's between these two, and since I'm in Plum Blossom stance, I'm just going to keep the last Blossom of Spring. And so all the rest of them go into my discard, and I'm going to keep this card, and that's my first turn. During their turn, they get 1 AP, and that appears to be the whole first turn, and I'll go ahead and get my next 4 cards. So I have a Sprint. You know what that does. Tiger Fist. So here's one of the other stances. Allows you to use abilities with the keyword Tiger. Once again, it's the same kind of a card, although it doesn't cost any AP. It's the most traditional stances. Shoulder on a Bridge, which is an iron. Before receiving enemy attacks, attack each enemy that moves adjacent to you this darkness cycle. So that's a pretty impressive card. So I'll probably want to keep that because that's one of my, if they come around me, I get to attack them. And it's before, so it's pretty awesome. And then the Beginnings of Harmony, and that's a very important card for the monk. It's it allows the monk to kind of juggle stances easier. It's an ongoing, allows any stance card to be played on any other stance card. And so it allows me to use the cards in my hand quite a bit easier. So this is where I'm at. Now, in the refresh phase of the last round, if I wanted to change any of my fists, I would have had to do that. So I can't change them now. I know I have Tiger stance, and I know that's my main attacking stance. But for sure, I'm going to play Beginnings of Harmony. I want to get that out and get that rolling. So at this point, the monk has automatically going to have 2 slots filled at any given time. Now, what he or she does with that stance is up to her. Alright, so I need to get in position. Obviously, that's a pretty good iron stance card, and I probably want to keep it. If I use this, I can't use this, but I really need to get into a better position. This is a Plum Blossom critical card. Once again, that critical keyword. So I'm definitely going to sprint for 1 AP. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this card because it's pretty important to what I plan to do. And I'm going to sacrifice these 2. Now, I could go into Tiger stance, pardon me, and I might do that, but that doesn't help me with the last Blossoms of Spring, so maybe I won't. I'm just going to discard these 2 cards. Get my 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4. I will look at them shortly. In the refresh phase, the darkness gets 1 AP, but I'm also going to go ahead and change my Tiger Fist main hand out. So we come back over here. They got their AP in the refresh phase. I'm changing my Tiger Fist out, so I have double Plum Blossoms. When you have double Plum Blossoms, the monk's primary and secondary items cannot be stolen or destroyed, and on grant attack dice if they match the stance keyword. If both items match the stance keywords, then combine both items dice pool. So in this case, I'm going to get 4d10 and 4 fate dice. Also, if the primary and secondary item stance matches, there's a different fate die recipe at the bottom of it. So I'm in Plum Blossom. I have the beginnings of Harmony out. I have Shoulders on a Bridge. That's the card I kept. Jaws of the Stalker, which is a tiger. Dance Under the Moon, which is a blossom. Petals Floating on a Breeze, which is combo dodge. And then Iron Skin, which is the iron stance I was referring to. So I think I'm in pretty good shape. Let's think about it and see what I can do. The grubber's movement is 3. And I kind of want them all to attack me next round. So I'm going to move here. 1, 2. Alright. I will play Dance Under the Moon for 1 AP. That means they'll guarantee activate next round. Attack 1 target. It is both a Blossom and a Tiger card. So I will roll. I get 1d10. 1 fate die for me, and then I get 2d10 for each hand, and then 2d fate die for each hand. So that's what I'm rolling. And because I moved aggressively, I will get another, not moved aggressively, use my full movement, I will get another d10. So this is what I'm rolling. Should be a piece of cake. I'll kill this grubber. Yes. So I'll kill this grubber. Give myself a threat. I have a nature. I get a +1 hand size next hero cycle, and I need that. So I'm starting to get into really the meat of the monk. So there's very little chance of me not getting in good position. Now I'm going to pause it and come back over to the deck, and this is going to show how complicated the monk can get. He's certainly not a beginning myth player character as much as people may want there to be. There's certainly a learning curve. Now, Iron Skin, I need to be able to play that, but I also won't be able to unless the darkness activates, which they won't before I have to give it up. Shoulders on the Bridge isn't going to help me unless I have Iron Skin. But this is the one that I definitely want to kill all those minions with, so I'm going to hold on to it, I think. Jaws of the Stalker, it's a fantastic little card for Tiger. Obviously I've gone away from Tiger on this one. And this is the card that's kind of going to save me. Petals Floating on a Breeze. It's a Blossom combo dodge. So even if I can't, if they're going to activate, and I can go into Iron Stance, but even if I didn't have Iron Stance, I could play that, which is 1 enemy dodge. I just don't know how I want to approach it. Okay, this is where my knowledge of the deck might benefit me. I know I don't have many cards left. I also know there's 2 Iron Skins and one's in my hand. Either that or I'm hoping that there's going to be an Iron Skin and I've been holding on to this card, which is a waste. I've given up a lot of good cards to keep this card to get it in play, so it's an escalation of commitment kind of moment. Do I keep going with my plan or do I change it based off the circumstances? I'm keeping Iron Skin. That's what I decided. I'll go ahead and get myself the next cards. Those are my cards. Let's see what I got. Hustle, not going to help me. Dreams Under the Plum Tree. What a wonderful piece of art that is. I'll talk about this momentarily. Hey, an iron card, so this is going to be pretty good for me, I think. And I got that card, so fantastic. I think I'll be okay. Those are my hands. That's my hand. They're going to get 1 AP and activate. Organized deck. If no hero is within 2 squares of another, spawn 4 minions and 1 captain from all active layers. No threat penalty, no spawn, so it's just going to be captains, minions, and boss. Captain moves 3. 1, 2, 3. And they're all intelligent. They'll circle around. Man, I got them right where I want them. Let's take a look at that. Bam, that's pretty sweet. Isn't that where the Kung Fu Master wants to be? In the middle of everything? I think so. Now, it is the darkness cycle, so I'm going to come back to this view, but I want to go to the board real fast. Alright, so I'm over here. It's the darkness cycle, so I can go ahead and play Iron Skin. Boom. I'm in Iron Skin. I'm also going to go ahead and play Stubborn Stone, which is 1 AP. Each attack targeting you gains +1 target number. This is increased by 1 for each point of chi in play. So I have 1 chi in play, so it's going to go up a total of 2. As well have this if I need it for the 1 attack. So target numbers are increased by 2 for them. Now you see, if I would have actually had that card, let's just look at this card again. In Iron Stance, before receiving enemy attacks, attack each enemy that moves adjacent to you this darkness cycle. So I would have been able to attack the captain, and at least 3 of those minions, maybe 4 that weren't adjacent to me. So there's a good chance I could have killed 4 minions, which would have generated a treasure fantastically. Well, there was a real chance I could have killed 4 minions and put some damage on the captain with that 1 card, plus his per chi additional D10s, and I had Plum Blossom Fists out, so it would have been pretty fantastic. But alas, that's not how it worked. So that's the action, right? Now they get a +2 target number. The mucker's going to start. He gets 2 D10 and 1 fate die. His target number is 5, 6, 7. That would be a hit. I will go ahead and petals floating in the breeze, dodge that. So you're going to roll again. 9 and a 7 hit, so I will take a damage. Now the rest of the muckers, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. They have a 7 to hit me, which is really a 9 to hit me. 1 hit. So I took 2 damage from that. Not bad. In that refresh phase, pardon me, I'm going to go ahead and change these Plum Blossom cards out for Tiger Fist. That would be my left, and that would be my right. I'm getting ready to go Fists of Fury all up in there. Oh, +1 target number versus melee attacks. The captain would have definitely hit me, and the minion still would have hit me, so not a big deal. No harm, no foul. As you can see, my area is full. But if I would have had a stance card here, I could have go ahead and played that stance card, but I don't. So I'm not keeping any of these cards. I have them right where I want them, and I don't plan on going into Plum Blossom. I'm going to go into Tiger Fist mode. So I cleared my own goings. And per the rules, the stance underneath the one that's active, any stance that's underneath the one active that is active goes away. I'm in Tiger mode, so I'm going to go ahead 1, 2, 5. Why am I confident? And I'm not in Tiger mode, but why did I go Tiger Fist? Because I have 8 cards left, and I know there's at least 1 more Plum Blossom and 1 more Tiger Stance in there. So chances are they both might be in here, but I know if it's not, I still am in a good shape. Hey, it was the one on bottom. I barely got it. Hey, Tiger Fist, Tiger Teeth, Calm of the Storm, Alone in the Orchard, Dance Under the Moon. I had fun with the names. Tiger Stance, you know what it does, so I'm going to go ahead and go into it. Right? Doesn't cost any AP. Now this is a Tiger card. So here's an easy way to look at it. Once you go into a stance, you're just really looking at the cards that are in your stance. So Tiger, 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 combo Iron. So let's read this because I'm not going to do anything with it. You may clear all status effects. Adjacent heroes may clear all status effects if you have 2 chi in play. And so that's pretty cool. But, you know, that's going to get discarded because I'm going all Tiger all the time. Now I only have 2 spaces to deal with these cards. This is an attack. Attack one target in range of the tiger. If in tiger, this attack does 1 additional damage, and then I have attack one target in range. If at least one fate die is faith, the attack gains the holy keyword. This is a reaction. This is a reaction. I think I'm going to go with these two because I'm not going to be moving, so I'm going to get that minus target number. They're both combos, so I can play them both, and any activation is not going to happen until I get back, so I'm going to move myself back over to the combat board. It's going to be a total of 2 AP. He doesn't generate a lot of AP. He can generate a lot of threat. You just haven't got a chance to see the card yet. I think I had it early and I got rid of it. Let's start with Alone in the Orchard. It's an attack. It can be in Blossom or Tiger. It's a combo, so attack one target in range. I'm going to attack the Mucker in this case. If in Tiger stance, it deals 1 additional damage. It is. So I get my 1d10, 1 fate die. And then I have Tiger Fists out, so that is 3d10 apiece. 1 fate die apiece. And I have a -1 target number. So I need a 6 to hit him. Yeah, no problem, right? If I got a rage result, I deal 1 additional damage. And so I'm in target, so this is Alone in the Orchard. 1 damage. Attack 1 target in range. If in Tiger, it does additional damage, so that's 2 damage. And I rolled Rage, which does an additional damage, so he's dead. Now, I've already played that other card, and I plan on using it anyway, not a big deal. So I'm just going to pick one of these other poor fools, and I get the same amount of dice. And that's what's nice. It's really easy for him to go from attack to attack because almost all of his dice are associated with his fists and him and the monk itself. So definitely hit, dead. So I just gained 1, 2, 3, 4 threat that round. No rage. I don't have any faith, so there's no holy, but if his fist can be holy, which helps against undead. So that was my turn. For 2 AP, I did 4 damage. Killed a captain in 1 card. Cleared these, cleared Iron Stance, so I'm in Tiger Fist now, and I'm going to stay in Tiger Fist. Might as well. I'm going to keep Dance on the Moon, and I'm going to get rid of Calm in the Storm. Here's my 1 card. I got 1, 2, 3, so we've been all through the deck. Got a shuffle. Hustle. Now his hustles are slightly different. You gain 2 additional move points. It's in addition, you gain 1d10 to reaction abilities played after this card, so that could certainly be one. That's a total of 3d10 between those 2 cards. Plum Blossom Stance, Iron Skin, and Dance Under the Moon. So I got 2 of those. So this will be interesting. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Dance Under the Moon. I'm going to play Dance Under the Moon. Give it 2 AP, and then I probably will play Plum Blossom. I could just go into Plum Blossom early, can't I? Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just go into Plum Blossom first, hit those 2, and then end up keeping Iron Skin. So, Dance Under the Moon, Dance Under the Moon. I have to move as aggressively with it. I just have to move there for my normal move, get an additional d10, right? And then actually get an additional d10, which I don't even have at the table. 1 fate die and 1 fate die apiece. There's 1 AP, bing! Dead. And then the other one, the problem with the monk is, much like the apprentice, you can build up threat pretty high and not have any real options to get rid of it unless you start getting rid of cards, because, you know, these 2 spaces are often always filled, which means you're playing with 2 spaces. Oh my gosh, I didn't do my hand size that one turn. Oh well. Lots of reactions in the monk deck, so you can do all kinds of stuff, and because it's combo, much like the brigand, you really can take advantage of the darkness meter. These 2 will go away. They're going to get their AP and activate again, but not before I get new cards. And keeping Iron Skin. Iron Skin, Petals, Jaws of the Stalker, which is that really fantastic one. Shoulders on a Bridge, so this should be the end of this cycle. Then Dreams, so they activate, and when they activate, I'm going to go Iron Skin. Let's see what their card is, though. I may not be able to do that. Oh, sorry. If there are 3 captains in a single room tile, convert 1 to a mini boss. There are not. I'm going to go Iron Skin, and I will go Shoulders on a Bridge. Before receiving enemy attacks, attack each enemy that moves adjacent to you in the darkness cycle. So we'll move over here. No one's adjacent to me. So as they move adjacent to me, and all 3 will, I will get to attack them. 1d10, 1 fate die. 1d10, 1 fate die. And then all the others. I mean, this is a formality at this point. I don't think I miss a target number 5 on this many dice. That would be 1, oops, 2, 3. So these 3 would die, and he would have 9 threat because he hasn't cleared any yet. This would become gold, and the monk cleared the tile. So it takes a round or 2 for the monk to kind of get going, because you can't plan for the future if you don't have these out. If you don't have if you keep if you kept that out, then basically you're relying on a space to be open to be played. Now there's advantages of that too, and certainly in novice it's okay to play that way. But I will tell you, this card exists because in the Journeyman cards you have a card called the 5 Harmonies, and you have a card called the Drunken Fist, and those are both the stances in Journeyman. So you're dealing with a lot of stances, and a lot of stances in many cases that help you combine things, if that will make sense. It'll make sense when you see the cards. I will get this edited and that to you. I'm going to move on